Tu m'as fait peur, bébé. C'est comment tu voyais ça me dit maintenant?
Non, je suis venu pour une urgence là. J'ai même seulement forcé pour avoir une place dans l'avion. Nous sommes mariés depuis combien d'années à Kamba?
Ok. 6 ans.
6 ans. On a combien d'enfants?
3.
Je te dois quelque chose.
Ouais, comment tu me poses les...
Ouais, je te dois quelque chose.
Non.
Je t'ai épousé, non. Je t'ai doté, non.
Oui.
Tout ton village, et même le quartier, non. C'est toi qui dirige Tams Baby à mort. C'est toi qui dirige Lisette Fashion, Jeanne Fashion, Exotique Ilichi. Tu as combien de voitures au parking?
Ouais, il y a quoi?
Ok.
C'est un problème.
Prends. Arrête! Tiens, non? Enlève bien tes lunettes avant de voir la vidéo là. Retire, ne fais pas de semblant avec moi. Regarde la vidéo. Tu te vois, non? Hein? T'as dit que je suis comme ça à Dubaï en plein champ de travail, en train de vouloir crâner. Mes amis me disent que viens voir la liste de vidéos de Balthazar à Kamba. Je ne peux pas imaginer que tu connais ce gars, même dans mes rêves les plus fous. Donc, sur 400 vidéos, tu as fait 3, toi seul. Et tu lui dis qu'il te croque l'oreille. Ce que tu m'as jamais dit à moi. Hein, Tata? Je te fais quoi?
Yes. People are so quick in passing judgment over others. People are so quick in circulating that news which can separate and keep families apart. People are so quick in circulating nude videos of adulterous acts. Where is our dignity? People are so quick to pass judgment over women. If you go to all social media platforms, you will see how people are criticizing women, talking about the infidelity of women, and talking all sorts of things. Yes, I want to ask one simple question. Did the women commit adultery alone? Did they do it all alone? They did it with a man, isn't that true? Before you pass any judgment, I want you to read this Bible version. John 8, verse 3 to 11. This verse talks about the adulterous woman in the Bible. When one day Jesus sat, and the people brought that woman who was caught in an adulterous act. And according to the law of Moses, women who have committed such acts needed to be stoned to death. And when this woman was brought to Jesus, yes, they called Jesus teacher because they knew him as that man of high authority. They knew that any judgment or anything that will be said by him is final. And when they presented this woman to Jesus, they told him, teacher, this woman was caught in an act of adultery. Their ears were all open, waiting to get that final judgment from Jesus. And what did Jesus do? Jesus sat down for a while, seeking for wisdom. He sat down thinking, drawing something on the floor, just thinking. He was seeking wisdom in order not to quickly pass judgment. And when Jesus came back to them, Jesus told them, anybody who has never sinned should cast the first stone. What did the people do? Jesus said this, and again, he bent his head and focused on what he was doing on the ground. And before he raised his head, what happened? All the people had disappeared. They all left feeling disappointed and having that self-judgment because they all judged themselves before leaving the place. Leaving the adulterous woman standing there all alone. Jesus simply looked at this woman and told her, "Go and sin no more." What is the lesson that we are learning from this? The lesson that we learn from here is that before you pass any judgment to anybody, look at your own self. Check yourself if really you are pure and you have never sinned. Because the same judgment that you are passing on others can be passed on you, and maybe you'll not go free. These women just set an example, and it's a lesson that everyone should learn. Never you do something and think that it is hidden, because nothing can hide under the sun. If no one is seeing you, the sun is watching you. So before passing any judgment, please look at your own self and ask yourself, am I free from this? And so, by passing all this judgment left and right, we are killing more people. We are separating families. We are destroying instead of building. Why not take a minute and try to see how you can figure out how the situation can be fixed? The man who actually committed the crime is there, but judgment is being passed over the women. The women didn't do it alone. It's just like a man or a young boy will impregnate a young girl, and the young girl will be pulled out of school while the boy continues going to school. Is that proper? The girl did not get pregnant alone. So we should think of all these things and think of the consequences. And do not just pass judgment or just allow our mouths blah 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 loose just because we want to say something. Well, the act has been committed. The next thing should be looking for solutions and not blaming people left and right. Circulating videos which are not supposed to be in public. To me, this situation is beyond what we see with our normal eyes.